Hello and welcome to another episode of Cosmic Crow Tarot. I wasn't sure what to do my video about this week, but I figured one of the challenges that I'm doing this month, the Thankful Tarot on Thanker Tarot 2020 on Instagram with Santa Marista, would be a great opportunity to share one of my favorite decks. What you're looking at now is all the decks that I have, and I've accumulated over the 3 years that I started reading tarot. With all these decks, it's really hard to choose which one's my favorite. But there's one that just happens to stand out more than others. When first joining the Instagram community, I started seeing different decks that I'd never seen before for the first time. And the Deviant Moon Tarot, shown here by Patrick Valenza, was the first one to ever call out to me. I love the imagery, I love the pictures that they show on the cards, I love the meanings behind them. Let's just take the back, for example. If you look on my website, all the pictures that I usually show are the same back. I love the illustration on the back. It's dark, but it's still beautiful, which is exactly how I like to see the world. Most of the decks I have, if not all the decks I have, there's a reason why I love them and why they're considered part of my favorites too, but the Deviant Moon Tarot just stands out more than the rest. The images are just different than any other images of any other cards. They're dark and depressing almost, but there's still a beauty to them. Take the Sun, for example. One of the most popular, if not the most popular card of the tarot. The Sun's about positivity and happiness. And here, even though the world is dark, the sun still shines and the two characters still dance in the sunlight. They're still happy because they let their happiness shine. Most decks show the Two of Swords, this card right here, as a card of fighting with a blindfold over their faces and they can't see the way forward. Here though, we see two characters which are clearly of the same person having an inner struggle, fighting amongst themselves. I definitely can relate to that, the whole inner struggle and constantly having a voice inside my head that tells me I can't do something or that I'm going to fail at something. The inner demons. I've never come across the deck that's just as interesting as this one. Puppets to our own minds, or the ones that are ruling the world. Death shown as a rebirth is about to form and wanting to go back to where we came from. Sadness and tears of the Three of Swords because our hearts are broken. Prisoners trapped by our own minds. Being illuminated by the moon, and always considering ourselves trapped by those thoughts and stuff, but really we can set ourselves free. Being our own chariot. Collaborating with others to create our dreams. Magician, everybody watches, he turns the water into blood and uses the blood to make his magic. And if you look really closely, surrounding him is blood. The Two of Cups, the Nine of Wands, Wheel of Fortune, the Eight of Pentacles, Four of Swords, a card of rest and relaxation and reflection, Five of Pentacles, a card of loss, financial loss. Queen of Pentacles, the one that can help us and has everything, the comforts of material success. The Hierophant, where we'll find ourselves in the year of next year, 2021. the Seven of Cups, the Eight of Cups, Ten of Swords. Again, the sword suit is the suit of the mind. So a lot of times that feeling of overwhelming and feeling defeated is caused by our own thoughts and fears of what's coming next. Knight of Pentacles, Nine of Swords, card of anxiety, fear, and keeping us up until 3 o'clock in the morning or later. Four of Cups, card of boredom. Ace of Pentacles, Seven of Swords. I really like the illustration on this card because it shows being our own reason for feeling trapped and feeling like we're being stolen from, causing our own stress and things like that. Very interesting looking star. It just gives more proof that being our original selves, being unique to who we are, and even if that's weird to others, just being true to ourselves and letting our inner talent shine. The Five of Wands, Judgment, Page of Cups. It's only the cup suit of this deck that actually shows blue water in the background. There's no blue backgrounds or anything like that. It's all dark and dreary with industrial things in the background. Like on this card, you can see like the factory in the background and the hermit sitting in his room, terrified to go outside perhaps, and just one eye open looking out at the world, but covering it up in a way. The Two of Wands, a card of choices. The Devil. The Seven of Pentacles. Stabbing the tree won't bring the fruitions out until they're ready to come out. The King of Wands. Temperance, the card related to Sagittarius. The Ten of Cups. The Nine of Pentacles. So even a positive, happy card like the Nine of Pentacles and abundance and being successful still shows that background in the factory. The High Priestess. The Ace of, or Page of Pentacles, not the Ace of Pentacles. The Four of Wands. Creating our own happy little existences and our strong foundations. The King of Pentacles. The Page of Swords. The Emperor. The Five of Cups. It's a card of loss and focusing on that loss. This one shows kind of a different illustration of like the mother perhaps yelling at the son for something he did or spilling those cups. The Page of Wands. Character walking on stilts over an ice patch. That probably doesn't work out very well. But he's determined, and you can see the focus on his face, and he knows he can do it if he keeps trying. The Knight of Wands. The Five of Swords. The Four of Pentacles. Saving our money and holding it for a better time, or until we need it. Looks like they're walking into fire though, so that they might not need it where they're going. The King of Cups. The Queen of Wands. Here's the Three of Cups. I love this illustration of the Three of Cups because it reminds me of like the three amigos, and despite the fact that they find themselves in a beast's belly, they're still celebrating and enjoying their time together. The World shows the industrial side of town, or side of the world, with the water side and like new opportunities and things coming together and being successful, and a blending of both. It kind of reminds me of Temperance because it shows like balance and bringing two things together, and that's your way to success. The Six of Pentacles. Shared that in my Six of Pentacles video, because I love how the character down here is getting shared one pentacle, and the merchant or the wealthier person is holding 5 pentacles behind them. The Six of Wands, a card of success and celebrating. being celebrated and appreciated by others. Six of Swords, card of leaving stress behind and finding peace and harmony. And again, this is the suit of the mind, and here you can see the character's mind is the hot air balloon that's moving him forward, away from where the world is on fire to where it's not. And my personal favorite card of this deck has to be this Nine of Cups. This character is just wowed by the genie that's above him. This was my background on my phone for the longest time, because I just love that illustration and the look of awe and the background and everything. It's just so beautiful and so relaxing, and it shows the opportunity and the possibility that we have when we just believe in ourselves. I'll always be finding new decks that I like, and I'll always be adding to my collection, but when it comes to favorite decks, this one wins hands down every single time. I use it for every single new moon and full moon tarot spread I do. There's no other decks out there that have this kind of imagery. It's just absolutely beautiful. I'd love to hear your different choices of decks and like which ones your favorites are and that you really enjoy. So if you'd like to leave a comment and let me know, I'd love to read them and look at them myself. I might even add them to my collection. If you like the illustrations on this deck, maybe you'd like to have a reading done with this deck. I've shown you all of mine now, and they're all available to see on my website on a separate page called The Decks, I believe, where you can choose your own deck and have your reading done with it. While this tarot has the same 78 cards and the same 78 meanings, having different decks to choose from and different decks that show different illustrations give us more insight and different perspectives to the different cards. I really hope you enjoyed this video, and I hope to see you again soon. Thank you for watching.